So hello friends and welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. In today's video I'm just going to do a little draw with me. So it's going to be a really fun, chill drawing video where you can just find your sketchbook and or paper if you have that and just draw with me or clean the house or do something else and just listen to me in the background. So I'm going to be doing a voiceover because I'm going to be coloring with my color pencils and that's going to take a while. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I'm just jumping into this tiny little voiceover. This video is a bit shorter because I didn't really like the drawing once I started to color it, and I feel really sad because I like the sketching and I like the line art. I just don't like the way that I colored it, and I was not as patient as I usually am with my colored pencils. I was in a bit of a rush trying to film this video, so I just tried to come up with some color choices and it didn't go so well. So this video is just going to be me talking about what I do when my art doesn't turn out the way that I want it to turn out. Because I really just want to share with you that sometimes your art isn't perfect and that's just totally okay. You don't have to draw a masterpiece or color a masterpiece every day. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you don't have to make something perfect every day. You can fail sometimes and you learn from that, and that's just it's a learning curve and you will get used to it. But I just wanted you to know that everybody makes mistakes and it's a nice reminder, and I make a lot of mistakes very often. I've been drawing a lot digitally, and when I make mistakes there I can just press the undone. I don't know. Just press the button that makes my mistakes go away or erase it very quickly, because it's all digital. So it's just really easy to just play around with your line art and stuff like that, because you can change everything whenever you want to. But when it comes to traditional art, you can't just press the undo button or whatever it's called. You have to stick with it, and that's really hard sometimes, especially when you mess up. And I just think it's important to learn that messing up is okay, and it happens to me a lot, especially when I'm not thinking. So I was actually listening to a podcast while doing this, which is really interesting because I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. I was just listening, having some fun, thinking that this would be easy. It wasn't easy at all. But I think that I really enjoyed the drawing process and stuff like that, because I didn't put that much pressure on myself, and I just really wanted this to be chill draw with me video until I messed it up. But it's fine. I was just really unsure if I was going to post this video because I messed it up. You'll see, I promise. But I think it's important to just tell myself that it's okay. And I really like the sketch so far. I'm sketching this girl sitting under a tree on a platform or something. I don't know what she's sitting on. She's sitting on something, and she's wearing this long dress, and she's just sitting there looking at nature. I don't know, it's a while since I drew this drawing, but I think it's just meant to be a chill drawing. I drew some thumbnails in the start in my sketchbook. I didn't show that, I think, but I really like to make this finished illustrations, and when I do, I always start with a thumbnail, and that's just a really tiny sketch of what I want the page to look like, which I usually just sketch in my sketchbook. So I just sketch a square oh, I can talk, I'm sorry. I just sketch a square in my sketchbook and then I fill it in with this sort of tiny drawing of where I want the person to be, the background, I don't know, whatever I'm drawing, just to know where I'm going to place everything. And then after that I just, sort of make it bigger in my brain and try to draw it at like the paper I'm going to use, like this marker paper, for example. And it's really hard to explain, but it's just like drawing small and then sizing it up in your brain and drawing it bigger on a bigger piece of paper, if that makes any sense. But it's really nice actually, and I use this method when I want to make something that's just more finished than what I usually do. I usually just tend to come up with original characters and character design because that's what I find fun. And then I just make them have like a blank background or something, just standing there in space, which is not really realistic, but I enjoy the process of creating a character and designing clothes for them and stuff like that. And I'm not really a fan of drawing backgrounds because I find it so hard. But I have been challenging myself by drawing backgrounds when I'm drawing digitally on my iPad. And I've been doing that a lot. So yeah, I think I'm getting better. I think. But I don't think I'll be any better at traditional art than doing backgrounds if I don't practice. So yeah, I have to practice. Even though it might sound like really intimidating, I find backgrounds really intimidating because it's so many lines and you often have to use like a ruler if you want to get straight lines, and I'm not really a fan of like these two straight lines, if that makes any sense. If a line is like too straight, I just find it to be unnatural or something. I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan of it in my own personal art style. So I think I'll just have to experiment. And when you're experimenting, you're going to fail, which is why I'm making this video, just as a reminder to myself and to you that, you're going to fail when you're trying new things. And I haven't been drawing a lot with colored pencils recently because, it's not my favorite. I find markers to be much quicker and much more easy to use, and my wrist doesn't hurt as much because I have this problem where when I draw with my colored pencils, I tend to draw very hard, so my wrist starts hurting, and that's not really good when I use my wrist to like draw and write and crochet and do creative stuff every day. I want to take care of like my wrist and my hand, so that's why I don't tend to use colored pencils. I don't know what else to say, but I might actually take a picture of this drawing and just draw over it on my iPad and color it if I make the time for it. And that's a way you can fix up your art. If you're not happy with it, you can just take a picture, draw on it. If you have like an iPad or a tablet, drawing tablet that you can use, or you can just try and draw it again. I would totally like to draw it again and try colored pencils again, because the only way to fix you failing at art and failing at the stuff you do is to try it again and again and again and learn from your mistakes. And I think that's just what I'm going to do. I think that I'm just going to try colored pencils again. But yeah, this is what the drawing turned out like. I'm really, not that happy with it, and I don't like the color choices that much. But it's fine, and I will get better. And yeah, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember that we all make mistakes, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.